What are the different comic book eras? Have you ever wondered how comic books evolved over the years? For those who grew up in the 1950s, comic books were not just entertainment. They were a big part of childhood memories. The comic book world can be divided into four main eras, each reflecting the times and tastes of readers. The Golden Age, which lasted from 1938 to 1956, is where it all started. This era introduced iconic heroes who became symbols of hope during tough times. For kids in the 1950s, characters like Superman and Batman were everywhere. You could find them at drugstores and newsstands for just a dime. The stories were simple, often focusing on good versus evil, and many had patriotic themes that resonated with a post-war audience. As the 1950s progressed, genres like romance, crime, and horror comics also gained popularity, giving young readers more choices. Next came the Silver Age, which began in 1956 and lasted until 1970. While this era officially started just after the 1950s, its roots were shaped by the decade's changing tastes. New versions of classic heroes emerged, like the Flash and Green Lantern, featuring more complex stories and scientific elements. During this time, the Comics Code Authority was established, introducing strict rules on content. For collectors today, early Silver Age issues from the late 1950s are special because they bridge the gap between the simpler Golden Age tales and the more sophisticated stories that followed. Following the Silver Age, the Bronze Age began in 1970 and continued until 1985. This era saw a shift toward more diverse themes and characters. The Modern Age started in 1985 and continues to this day, introducing even more complex narratives and character development. While these later eras are important, many people who grew up in the 1950s still cherish the bold colors and iconic covers of the Golden Age. For those nostalgic about the 1950s, comic books from this time representing a simpler era. Heroes fought clear-cut battles, and every issue promised a new adventure. Collectors often remember trading comics with friends or hiding horror comics from parents who worried about the content. These comics are not just stories, they hold memories of afternoons spent lost in colorful worlds. So, whether you are a seasoned collector or just curious about comic book history, understanding these eras adds depth to your appreciation of this beloved pastime.